Hey, what's up, everyone? It's John Samuel, and welcome to All Access Live. Today, we have a very special guest. We have my friend and colleague, Liv Evans, who leads the Ablr Works, project coordination. So, thank you, Liv. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, John, for having me.
Awesome. I wanted you to back. You've been here before. You're a second-time guest, but when you came on last time, it was like what, 6 months ago, roughly?
Yeah, it was my first week of work at Ablr, I think. It was the first week of October.
Yeah. And since then, a lot has happened, and I really
Right.
wanted you back so we can talk about all the cool things that have been going on since you joined. Because, when you joined, we had just signed our contract with the North Carolina Division of Services for the Blind to launch our workforce development program. And can you give us an update? What's happened since then?
Oh my gosh, so much has happened. It has been a whirlwind 6 months, but in the best way. The first thing that I think is most notable is we had 8 wonderful candidates move through our milestone 4 core curriculum of the Ablr Accessibility Analyst course, and they successfully completed their core curriculum. We had 8 of 8 students complete the core curriculum program, and they
Woohoo!
have just done a wonderful job with taking everything with being the first cohort in stride. They have always been giving us wonderful feedback that we've been able to share with our program and make the program better at every step. So that's been really fantastic to be a part of and to watch the growth of these candidates throughout the time that they've been with us. And excitingly, they just started their paid internship this week where they're really getting that hands-on learning experience with being an accessibility analyst so that they are most prepared moving forward to make an impact in the field.
No, it's so exciting. And I'm just so thankful. I know you're ridiculously busy right now. So thank you for taking the time to join us today and talk about this.
Happy to do it. I think it's always great to be able to discuss all the things that have been accomplished. It keeps us grounded in our mission, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Before we even go any further, I need to give a big shout out to you, Shannon, and Angus for all of your work on this and making it successful. And a shout out to all the 8, that first cohort, they're the guinea pigs. They're the ones who had to go through,
All
help
our
us learn.
iterations, all our iterations.
Exactly, right. And it takes a special person to be that, right, to be able to
Does.
to navigate the uncertainty of what this program is going to be, right. They signed up not knowing what it's going to be like, and they've been troopers, like you said, giving us feedback and truly being partners in this initial launch. But
I think that shows too, John, how successful that they're going to be as professionals, because navigating ambiguity is one of those modern day work skills that is at times it's not communicated how important that navigation of ambiguity is. But our elite 8, as we can call them, they have shown us that they can navigate ambiguity and they can move forward in that uncertainty and continue to make progress. So we have high hopes for them as they move forward on their career path.
That's so true, right? It's one of those skills of the modern workforce, right? It's like that is that managing ambiguity, being able to kind of just keep persevering, moving forward. Shout outs to them. So really proud of them. But we've had some really amazing experience. The 16-week technical training aspect that just completed. But I'd like to also talk about the career exploration aspects of it. There's been other things that they've gone through. So can you talk a little bit more about aside from just the accessibility training that they went through, which is virtual and in live instruction. But can you talk about the other aspects of the program that they went through to get
Totally, yes. So the way that the program starts off for every single candidate is they take an assessment with our instructor Shannon, and Shannon guides them through professional interview questions and then also a technical skills portion where they share their screen on Zoom and they perform different tasks that are needed in, as we've called it, the modern workforce, and that they're needed to successfully complete the training and meet the rigor of the program.
Yeah.
So we are trying to gauge what are the skills that this person has And are they going to be able to meet the rigor of that core curriculum milestone? If they have a good foundation, but maybe their skills aren't quite up to that rigor, we can take them through the technology upskilling milestone, which is our second milestone. Now, this will teach them all of those skills that they need on the professional platforms such as email, Microsoft Word, navigating the internet, how to files in different places and folders and navigate their computer files, and really get them to that point where they're going to be ready to take on the challenge of the core curriculum. Of course, if the skills are up to par in that initial assessment, they can skip that milestone, move right into the core curriculum. Something really exciting that we offer as well that's outside of those technical trainings is we have our career exploration milestone, milestone 3, which can be taken in tandem with the core curriculum or the upskilling. And that's a 3-month program that includes 3 main aspects. The first one being job shadowing, which I don't think we expected to be as much of a hit as it has been, because our accessibility analyst, Angus, was just such a fabulous person to shadow that all our candidates said, we want more of that.
Yeah,
so now we know moving forward that job shadowing is a hit of the milestone 3 career exploration. Now, these folks also get paired with a one-on-one mentor who can help them with their professional development and talk them through different aspects of career development, whether that's specific things that are in the accessibility field, or maybe it's things like, how do you organize your job applications when you've applied for 30 jobs? How do you organize all of that information and keep track? That's something that I talked with my mentee about.
Yeah.
And then we also have our guest speaker series. That's the final aspect of milestone 3. And we have a guest speaker on 3 Fridays per month for those 3 months who come in to discuss with them what their career journey has been like, or it might also be a soft skills workshop. So we were lucky to have Sharon McLeod come and speak with our candidates about effective communication and virtual presentations, and gave them some excellent skills and models to use when they're presenting.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, right? Like, because it wasn't just that technical training, right?
That's right.
They got this well-rounded experience, hearing from folks in the field, folks doing this stuff. And then, it's invaluable to get that experience with Sharon, that professional development skills. And, again, as we've talked about it, we're not just training someone to become a digital accessibility analyst. We're training them to be a strong employee, right?
Right.
A full-rounded aspect.
And we're not training them for a job, we're training them for a career. And that is a really important distinction about our program, because you can put someone in a job, you can teach them the technical skills, but what are those things that make a great employee? Being easy to work with is an undervalued job skill these days. And that is really something that these folks are learning through that soft skills development in milestone 3, and with the hands-on experience in the internship.
That's correct, right? So it's really exciting that they're getting this internship, because we understand that companies, they are risk adverse. They want to make sure that people can come in, right? They qualify them by saying, okay, they have the certification, check. Do they have that actual experience? And that's what we're giving them, right?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Them access to it. So
yeah, I think the differentiator about the Ablr Works program is that it's a hands-on and experiential. And also you're getting really personal support from the instructors and the staff for the course. We really care about each and every one of our candidates and want to see them succeed.
Yeah, for sure, right? Because we're seeing lots of different programs are coming out. There's a lot of different options for folks to take, but we really wanted to make sure that we're setting folks up for success. And I think a lot has to do because we've lived it, right?
Right.
Folks on our team have lived it in their own careers and experiences. So nothing about us without us, right?
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And it also draws on that proximity builds empathy piece that we talk about so often, where we're giving folks the opportunity to work alongside people with similar challenges that they have in their day-to-day life, which allows them to develop their empathy and develop those relational skills that are important in the job setting as well.
Yeah, for sure. I want to kind of talk about the Elite 8, those 8 first.
The Elite 8. Oh,
yeah, the Elite 8, right? Because there's a couple things that really kind of, really surprised me, and it really well came around the diversity of the program of the candidates.
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that and kind of what has that meant for you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was so surprised when I came into Abler, the first cohort that was already established. So we were getting ready to ramp up the program and begin with orientation. Excuse me. We're going to begin with orientation soon after I joined the team.
Yeah,
I really got a quick
thrown in.
orientation,
Yes.
quick orientation myself to everything that was going on at Ablr and with Ablr Works in particular. So the first day, I come into the orientation, I come into the Zoom, and I realize there's so much diversity in this group. And that is not only meaning there is diversity in racial background or ethnic background, there's diversity in age, there's diversity in geographic location, there's diversity in the types of families people have or the types of families people come from, the types of support that these folks have had throughout their lives. And we also have folks with multiple disabilities, not just blindness or low vision. So the diversity of this program really spoke to me because I was able to see that when you invite one marginalized group to the table, you are inviting all of the marginalized groups to the table. And that is such an important thing that I've taken away from this program, is how much inclusion becomes further reaching than you can imagine when you start with including one group. You'll be surprised who else you include when you do that initial outreach.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, what made me happy also is to see how they all came together, right? This
Absolutely.
diversity. I mean, they really become a team. They have each other's backs. They're watching out for each other, and they're accountable to one another. And it's really something special to see.
Definitely. And I am looking forward to seeing that just grow even more as they go through their internship opportunity. I keep saying, I want at the end of this internship, I want these folks to have great answers and examples to use in those big interviews that they're going to get. So, a very common interview question is, tell me about a time you worked on a team to solve a problem. I want to give these folks an opportunity to have an example to use from their internship where they've worked on a team to solve the problems. They can
Yeah.
draw on those specific experiences from their internship. So with that, I think they're going to grow even closer and with that sense of belonging and community that they've had within their cohort.
Yeah, for sure. Right. You know, one of the things about a lot of workforce programs out there are, you and I've talked about this, is we don't want to be a statistic.
That's
Right.
right.
We don't want to be a statistic that is we train the people just for the sake of training and getting money. Right.
Absolutely.
We,
Absolutely.
we are mission driven. We are focused on getting people employed. Right. So that's what our overall objective is. And can you kind of talk about, like, why is that passion? Why is that, why are you passionate about that? Because I know why I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
And why you are too, because I
Yeah.
think we align very much. Yeah.
I mean, we know the statistics, right? There's no need to go through all the statistics. We know people with disabilities have higher rates of unemployment than their able-bodied peers, and that this is a giant barrier in the United States. But when I think about what a career means for someone, what a stable and lucrative career position looks like for someone, I am always thinking about the things that come from having a career: financial stability, having health insurance to be able to take care of any health conditions that might or might not be disabling, the ability to have a safety net and save money each month. That's definitely a part of financial security, but it creates security in other ways. So when I worked internationally, we've often talked about this model of human security, right?
Yeah.
And how it has many different aspects. There's financial, but then it bleeds into other things such as personal security and feelings of safety, community security, and having the strength of community. In this case, it's the disability community,
Yeah.
having that sense of security in that group. Being free from discrimination in
Yeah.
that community. It could be food security, being able to spend the money to put food on the table and to put nutritious food on the table. Health security, as I mentioned, that health
Yeah.
insurance piece. So there's all these elements that go into well-being and overall health. And I definitely take some of that from my experience internationally, but also from my public health background.
Yeah.
So I'm always thinking about these different aspects and the holistic reasons that a job and a career matter.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there is so much. I mean, that comes. I mean, again, it's sad to say, but here in the U.S., a lot of people identify a lot. What do you do? What do you do? I used to talk
That's
about it a
right.
lot. Coming from
Mhm.
DC, it's like, what do you do? What do you do? And you know, and that isn't someone's whole identity. But
Mhm.
but being able to have that financial independence and be able to earn, money if that's something you choose to do, you want to do. They should
Mhm.
have the opportunity to do that, right? We want to give people the options. We want to give people the choice, and and that's why now, it's so. Over the last several years, we've been at Ablr, we've been really working on, you know, how do we remove barriers for people with disabilities, and we've been participating in a lot of diversity, equity, and inclusion, efforts,
Mhm.
and one of the things we're really now calling out to companies now is how do you now stop doing talk the talk? Let's walk the walk.
That's
We
right.
now have
That's right.
qualified, trained individuals here, and how do we get people employed? So, like, what do you think companies can do, and why should companies be looking at our candidates?
Absolutely. Invite these folks over for an interview. They're going to prove
Yes.
to you on their own that they are a great candidate for you. And I would like you to give them the opportunity to show you why. They have so much to offer to a company, and that's in their diverse perspectives, their technical skills, and their professionalism. And I think that allowing folks that opportunity to show you what they can do is of the utmost importance if you want to, as John said, walk the walk.
Yeah, for sure. And I do want people to companies know, we talk about the Elite Eight. Let's list them out. Can you name them out? Just their first names. So I want people to know their
Oh
names.
boy,
So
you're
these
putting
are,
me on the spot here,
I know.
John.
I'll backfill you.
All right,
Right?
great. Thank you. All right, we have Daria, Darcy, Tara. I'm thinking counselors, John. Sorry. All right, here we are. Okay, we have Daria, Darcy, Cynthia, Miguel, Sherry, Spencer, Paris, and Roger.
Whoop, whoop.
I did it.
You did it. You did it. Those are the Elite Eight. That's the first eight. So companies who are looking, you talk about wanting to attract diverse talent. Well, here are 8 individuals who are going through a paid internship, getting ready to take their International Association of Accessibility Professionals certificate in core competencies. These individuals have been going through the training. They are getting job ready. So if you truly are committed uh, to hiring, great talent, these are 8 individuals I want you to take a look at, right?
Absolutely.
And so, Liv, what else can we be looking forward to? What's on the plate for us right now?
Well, we are looking to expand our program, so we would love to talk to any folks from the Division of Services for the Blind, not only in North Carolina, but in other states. And then we're also thinking about what different iterations of programs and workforce programs can we be providing to different age groups. For example, students in high school and early college. This is a really exciting opportunity for us to start workforce development earlier. So we've seen tremendous growth in our 8 folks as adults, and imagine the growth that could happen if we start this process at an earlier age and teach those professional skills and give those career exploration opportunities to folks when they are in high school and early college, what type of impact that could make.
For sure, it's super exciting to look at you know, those younger folks who are just really kind of you know beginning their journey of looking at post-secondary education and what they want to do, and to be able to expose them to opportunities that they never knew about. It's really exciting. And again, expanding this program to other states is also really exciting. Of the Ablr Works current program, our workforce
That's right.
development program. But when we start to expand even our offerings, we need partners. We need partners who are providing amazing trainings. We want to be able to partner with you, right? We want to connect the dots and be able to offer candidates with, with different types of training. Digital accessibility is just our beachhead, but we want to offer other types of training. So if you have trainings or no other trainings, reach out, let's talk. We want to partner. And then, DSBs, services for the blind, counselors and consumers themselves, reach out to us. We want to be able to provide this amazing opportunity across the country.
Absolutely.
And, but I do have to give another shout out to you, Liv and Shannon and Angus.
Thanks, John.
You've done such a great job. Like you said, Liv, you literally joined days before launching the program, and what is the term? Grace under fire, right?
Sure.
Yeah. You've handled this. You've managed everything. Amazingly well. So I'm so thankful for you on the team.
Thank you. It's been a great deal of fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm lucky to be able to help in building something really extraordinary with this program.
That's exciting. And again, we want to reach out, learn more about Ablr Works, reach out to Liv. Liv, how can people get in touch with you?
You can email me at olivia.evans@ablr360.com. I would look forward to getting in touch with you.
Awesome. Thank you again, Liv, for everything you do. Thank you to all of our candidates in the current program. And how many people do we have? We're oversubscribed.
We are hopefully we are going to have 9 to 10 candidates in our second cohort.
Which is starting when?
Thursday. Next 1 week from today, we will be in orientation
for our next cohort of candidates, which is super exciting. We literally within 6 months of launching this program, we now we'll have around 16, 18 people in this program, which is really, really exciting. We're really proud of this. And, this is just the beginning. So thank you. And thank you all for, tuning in and listening to this program, because honestly, this is the thing I'm most proud of that we've accomplished here at Ablr. I'm most passionate about getting folks employed, and this is a dream come true. So thank you, Liv, for helping to bring that to life. And,
you're very welcome, John. Thanks for including me in the vision.
Yeah. And thank you, Annie, for all you do in the back end and making this a reality. So thank you, Annie. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks. But in the meantime, thank you all. And we'll talk to you soon.